And now we are live, feeling festive, smelling fresh. Got some stories for you guys, some craziness, and who knows where this stream will go. But I do know one thing. We'll tell you guys in a little second here. You already saw the title. But with that said, you guys, welcome. My name is Dan C. Bearded. I am the co-host of the Doctor's Orders live stream. We are episode 148 in a row. Pretty amazing. And the goal and objective of this live stream is for you guys to get to know this company and, more importantly, with transparency, the people behind the scenes, the procedures behind the scenes, the product creation. In the last couple of weeks, we've taken you on a tour of the full facility, showing you where the products are made, where they are shipped, where they are packaged. We show you where they are received, and sometimes where customers come and pick them up. We even showed you another little side hobby, a little side hustle, a little side passion of Nick, and that would be the wood shop, where he's working with some CNC machines and some art that is 3D and pet inspired. We'd like to show you guys absolutely everything, and that's my job. Thankfully, it's very simple, especially with you guys in the chat asking questions, getting engaged. It's all appreciated. And if you guys would like to do your small part absolutely for free, hit the thumbs up on the stream and consider sharing the stream out. We know that the replay value of this show is great, and a lot of people come in day after day after the stream, and especially with an announcement like Christmas in July. If you guys can help get that word out, that's above and beyond anything that Dr. Nix could expect. Now, I would like to welcome the man next to me, which you can't even see right now, something that's going on that will be a topic of discussion. Oh, yo. And it may not look like much. Oh, did he strain it? Did he have a little splinter? Did he have this? Hold on. We got some stories for you here. But the man that mustache be mustaching right now, the man that be pinning a bun right now, that man that be at home right now, and we do believe, Leo, that the video glitches have been fixed, so maybe Nick can let us know what he discovered on that one, but we think we got that fixed, and we do appreciate you guys. So number one, Nick, just right to it. What's with the hand? What's going on, sir? And give us the whole rundown.
Oh man, just more fun with as well, I don't know why my mic was so far away. You guys wouldn't be able to hear me. Hold on. There we go. You know what it was? I was probably on the end of like a call last week and I was like, bah, just get it out of the way.
That's the exit.
Yeah. So as I think a few of you knew, but I have a tendon condition in my hands. Well, so far just my hands. And it requires it causes trigger finger to occur, and so I had to get trigger finger release surgery on one of my thumbs. It just it's weird. I want to say about 10 years ago, I guess, it first cropped up randomly in my right hand in my index finger, and then which is where trigger finger normally happens. Right, makes sense. Trigger finger, but they what it is basically you're think of a fishing rod, right? And if you have the fishing rod and you got your and you grab the end of the string and you pull it, right? You grab the end of the fishing line, you give it a pull, it pulls the tip of the rod down, right? And you think of the eyelets that fishing line is going through down the fishing pole. Your finger works the same way. You got the A1, A2, A3 pulley in your finger. So 1, 2, and 3. And so what happens is with trigger finger, you get these lumps on the tendon that slides through. And what unfortunately can happen is that little lump can get stuck on one side or the other of that A1 pulley, like that eyelet in the fishing rod. Interestingly enough, you don't really need that pulley, and it's a good thing because the only way to fix that problem is to cut that pulley open and to just kind of let it be open. And so that way there's no way anything can get caught on it anymore. So it's crazy that usually it happens, way down the road. It happens like in your 60s and 70s and 80s. And my surgeon says that I have like the tendons and hands of like an 80-year-old electrician that's been bending thick copper wire his whole life. And so no one quite knows why yet, because typically, again, it would only happen after like heavy use in your 60s, 70s, and 80s. Now, for me, 10 years ago, I was early 30s, and it popped up randomly in my index finger on my right hand,
Yeah, I
then my
remember that.
middle finger on my right hand. So I've had those two operated on already. And now, just as randomly, about 3-4 weeks ago, I woke up and both thumbs were locking up in the morning, and I couldn't open them. Like they were clicking and popping. And this one right now, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
It does like the little pop, 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 pop.
Yep.
And so this one's going to be next. But basically, what happens as it progresses is it gets like super sore because that tendon getting stuck ends up pulling on the other knuckles in whatever finger it is. So it's like by the time it gets bad, the back of your fingernail and the top of your middle knuckle, all of that hurts. And then the bottom, of course, is inflamed because it's just passing through on either side of that pulley and just snagging it each time while it pops. So this, I have two other fingers that need it now, here and here, middle finger on my left hand that they marked up, this one, and this guy that they just did injections in while they had me under anesthesia. So I kind of got, while I was under, I got trigger finger release done in my right hand and my thumb. And then they took advantage of me being sleepy and not fighting them to inject my left thumb and left middle finger with a heavy dose of cortisone. So
and that just allows it to move freely, or what does that do?
It brings the inflammation in the tendon and the joint way down. And so, interestingly enough, for the first day, it has hurt more than the surgical site has up until about an hour ago, actually. So I haven't been doing much, right? Because they keep you pretty limited. Like they don't want you moving it around much or even taking this initial dressing off for like 3 days. And then after 3 days, you can wash and do everything. But for right now, it's plastic bag, arm in the air in the shower kind of situation. So that's no fun, especially, really makes me think about how we kind of slacked on the release of those optional pump tops for some of our shower products that I sure as hell could have used them this morning. Those little disc squeezy tops, shaking it out and putting it under an arm and squeezing it like this into your hand and then putting it back. I'm like, I should have not slept on the pump tops.
The universe is speaking.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. So anyway, it's I wasn't doing much, so I cleaned up, just like dog toys over there, right? Because it's like I don't want. Sir has to have. Can you believe it? Sir doesn't pick up after himself. Just French bulldogs, and so I was over there just picking stuff up, bent over, and I was like, oh, okay, this is why they tell you not to do much, because I quickly realized that being bent over while moving my arm and doing things like that was not the thing to be doing. So I was like, wow, this thing doesn't hurt at all. I wonder when it's going to start. Well, I answered that question. It starts as soon as you start moving it.
Okay, that'll do. That sounds like what they wanted to inject into my foot. And they're like,
Yeah.
we can do it weekly. At the beginning, you might need like 2 or 3 to really not feel it, and the pain can be pretty substantial for a day or two. Then it subsides, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going that route.
It's bad. So I mean, like, I don't know. It's not morning, so hopefully people have things in their stomach. It's morning West Coast. I won't go into too much detail, but it's like you got to figure, if they're trying to deliver a cortisone injection into this knuckle here or into this joint, they can't just go right into it because there's bone, right?
Okay.
So in order to get something that's in a tendon that's between two bones here, they have to go in about here, and they have to angle it at about like that. So you got to figure out about this sort of an angle. They're like, and they're going in this way and going into your knuckle. Yeah, and they're like, well, we show here that you canceled a couple appointments for your cortisone injections. And it's like, well, yeah, that's because I had one of them and then nightmares leading up to the second. So, it's cortisone, it's interesting because like when they say it's uncomfortable, like the places they have to put it to be effective when they need it are super uncomfortable places to get it done. But it takes up space, like it's fluid. So I think like for the first 24 hours, like you said, like you feel whatever pressure you were feeling is worse for like the first 24 hours. So yesterday until today, this hand hurt like hell, was like pretty unusable. And then this one, of course, well, you can see how usable it is. So with those two things combined, and then my normal level of productivity, you can guess how useful I'm feeling, right about now. So I'm glad to at least be doing something useful here on the live stream.
Productive here. Just got to use your voice today.
Hey, that's it. If I can sit here and talk and get some live stream therapy, I'm going to do it.
There you go. Now, you had told us about a different kind of like administering tool that
Mhm.
wasn't a syringe. Remember that? Would that
Yeah.
work for this
Yeah,
cortisol situation?
it does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. That's what my doctor originally bought it for. He's my one of my other guys that I go see. They don't those things aren't I wouldn't say they're not approved for use because they are, but no one uses them and there's no like they don't like no one has those. It's like for example, when my other doctor had to get them for me to get me to come in for cortisone injections, he had to order it off Alibaba, and it's like
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's like it's not for some reason it's not like they're popular overseas, but they're not here. I don't know if the FDA doesn't like them because of skin contamination of pushing things through the skin membrane. Like that's probably, I would imagine, something they don't like. Whereas
Interesting.
in Germany, they're like, we don't care.
Well, your wife has a question for you. Would you say the pain and discomfort you're feeling is leading to a fork food kind of night, or does this fit in my hand kind of dinner night?
So I attempted the fork situation for lunch. It did not go well.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say no fork. Definitely things that I could hold with my left hand, which by my left hand just is clueless. Like it has no idea what to do with the most basic of things.
Just
Like
signals not working.
oh, it's so funny. Like it's just so weird what my left hand is good at versus what it's not good at. Like being a guitarist, like I have this sense of I think I have a sense of overconfidence with my left hand because I'm
Okay.
like, well, look what you can do on the neck of a guitar. That's so complicated. And then like doing the most basic of anything else, like holding a fork. I actually discovered something that's scientifically impossible to do with your left hand.
Hmm.
And that is scoop peanut butter out of a thing of peanut butter with a spoon. You can't do it. Like the movement of going like this and like, no, it does. If you're right-handed, just do me a favor at some point, leave it on our Instagram or something to make me feel not as bad and to give me something to read while I'm recovering. Go try to scoop a spoonful of peanut butter out of a jar with your left hand. And I know, okay, so here, and actually, I know your first question was why the hell is it a spoonful of peanut butter? Like, what are you going to do with a spoonful of peanut butter? Why isn't it a butter knife? And why aren't you spreading it on something? I was making a smoothie and I was already using the spoon and I wiped it up and then I was using it for the peanut butter. So normally, yes, it would be a butter knife, I'm assuming, right? I don't think that'd work any better. I just don't see it happening. I don't know the physics are just not they weren't clicking.
Yeah, I can see that. It is interesting, some things that you try to do with your hand. I actually put that as a question in my Facebook group yesterday. It was a question of the day. That's super weird as always, but the question was, are you left-handed or right-handed? And then do you have anything that is odd with the other one? Like some people are like, I write, throw, and eat with my right, but I only can kick with my left foot. Or just random things like that. That was literally yesterday, my question of the day.
Weird.
That is weird.
Not weird.
We're used to it now.
Yeah, that sounds about normal is what I should say.
Yeah.
There's like, yeah, so it is weird what you do with your left versus your right, though. It is weird. Like I'm right-handed and definitely right-footed. Like if I go to kick a soccer ball, like I'm definitely kicking with my right foot. Like if I go to kick a football, kick a soccer ball, I'm instinctively kicking with my right foot. I don't know how well I would do with my left. But then if I go to jump off of something, my left foot, typically, I always want to be the foot that I jump off with.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how common that is. Like, if like you kick with your right foot, if you're like, when you do that awkward, like quick step when you're running over toward the edge of something to go jump off of it and you don't know how far back to get to lead off on the right foot, so like you run up and then like you do like that stupid little shuffle at the end to get like your proper foot to the edge of wherever you're going. Like, what foot is that for you versus the foot you kick with?
Always your off foot.
It is.
Yeah. It's your plant leg.
Well, that makes sense. So if like you're kicking, you need your plant leg down so you can kick with your right. And if you're going to jump off of something, you're going to jump with your plant leg because that's like your connection to the earth.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Interesting. Leo's, and Moose says when he broke his dominant hand in 4 places, he felt incapable. Not like hindered, incapable.
Dude, like it's so weird. I've been finding things that I'm actually, it's like, and if I write with my left hand, it's a train wreck. Like what's really weird, if I don't pay attention to it, if I try to write with my left hand, I write backwards. Like I'll start, if I don't pay attention and really think about it, I will write from the right to the left, but it will be like, it would be, if I wrote it would be THE from the right to the left. So left to right, it would be EHT. So like my brain doesn't flip it. It's weird. Like I'll write from right to left. So it's like you're writing, you know what I mean? It's really weird.
No, if it's sports related, I'm dang near ambidextrous. Like I can kick a soccer ball just as good with my left as my right. I can shoot basketballs with my left. Water polo, I was even with both arms. If you asked me to write something right now with my left, holy, like nothing, like just gibberish. Like, and I would concentrate. The motor skills just aren't there for me on that. They're just not.
No.
It's too fine.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like it's there for me, just completely flipped.
Interesting. And Leo says, I gotta visualize this because I'm not getting it yet. But he says the seams in ice cream containers face the wrong way for southpaws.
Oh yeah, they would.
What's the seam? Well, I'm missing this.
Where the paper overlaps, because if you're scooping in a scoop motion around the front, or like if you're scooping, you're gonna catch the lip of the overlap of the paper.
So you catch it and it pulls.
Yeah.
Oh.
You could also run into that conundrum if you scoop ice cream the wrong way.
Right. I've never thought about scooping ice cream. That's so interesting.
Which, of course, I don't eat ice cream, so that's kind of a weird one for me. Yeah. I can't eat ice cream. I get exactly one bite of ice cream every time everyone gets ice cream.
Aw.
I get one.
Poor guy.
One.
Ugh. And G Squared said, I think I've told you my hack of peanut butter. Ziploc baggie, turn it inside out, place your hand, reach in with the baggie, then pull the baggie through. Now it's like a piping bag. Yeah, but I would never, as irrational as this sounds, I would never in a million years be able to do that because I would be wasting a baggie each time, and that would kill my soul. Like I'm so frugal, but also like that's a lot of plastic. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I would that's one of the few places that G Squared and I would deviate. The only thing, do I skate goofy? Yes. The only thing that I use plastic bags for like that is if I'm making like tacos, or if I'm doing something that needs, like on Sunday I made Times Square like chicken. I made Times Square halal cart chicken and rice.
Ooh.
And it has like the white sauce all over the top.
Yeah.
And so like if I'm doing something like that, I will sacrifice a Ziploc baggie, cut the corner off, and use it like a piping bag, because I don't have enough plastic bottles to make all the different kinds of sauces I need. Plus, I don't want that many of them.
That makes sense.
But for peanut butter, I'm like, no, I could use a spoon, so I'm gonna. Unless you were doing something decorative with the peanut butter, I suppose. I mean, we're assuming he's not making granola bars with the peanut butter drizzle,
right?
I mean, he could be, in which case he's totally right.
Then I need him. For me, I'm just melting it a little bit in a little glass bowl in the microwave, and then I drizzle it from there.
There you go.
Let it solidify.
I do not like the extra plastic out there. I don't. I'm trying to get rid of the plastic.
I really am too. Yeah. And G Squared said, he goes, I 100% feel guilty every time, so he doesn't do it often. So yeah, it makes sense.
Gonna keep the right free in case of, dude, such a good point. I wonder if that's why. Because that's so same. And I wonder if that's why. Yeah, same. Okay. Huh.
It's like, I'm not getting caught with my hand. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Nope. Yep. You might need that hand for activities.
We're leaving that there, but
we'll leave that one right where it's at.
I saw a good question. I don't know if I started or not, but I saw a good question, and somebody said, did you come out of the surgery acting like you're a superhero or anything like that? Because I will say, some of my favorite videos, my guilty pleasures of watching online, are people after like the dentist or after a surgery, and they're coming out of anesthesia, and they're just loopy, especially like teenagers with their parents, and the things that these teens say to like the nurse and stuff when they like hit on them or do things like that or tell stories, and the mom and dad are like, quiet, stop, be quiet.
I
What
saw
about
this.
you?
I saw this one time where like this teenage boy was waking up, and it was like his mom, and his mom was filming, and his dad was there next to the bed, and he's like, "Hey, bud," and he's like, "Dad, the nurse was
Yep.
totally your type, like right up your alley. Like, don't tell mom, but like this nurse, like way better than mom. Like,
Oh.
like just like, like mom's like behind the camera. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Right. Or I saw one of the kids like, dude, dad, this nurse is so beautiful. Oh my God. And the nurse is there like not operating, but like fixing his bed and stuff. He's like, her, and then goes in detail, of course, and he's just going, and the nurse is just mortified. I only had one experience like that, and it was after getting my wisdom teeth out. I was with Sam. She came to pick me up. Legitimately, you guys can ask her. I did a full-fledged Irish jig in the lobby of the dentist office, and I'm just like happy as can be to see her, and I just start like busting out my feet all different directions in the full lobby of the town that I taught in and lived in and grew up in, and just busted out a full Irish jig.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. I like how once in a while when talent comes with the hallucination, it's like your brain is so believing that you're doing what you're doing that it's actually good at it, and you're
Right.
like, holy hell, that was not bad.
Because you drop the societal fear of embarrassment, and you're like, let me do it. Or someone starts rapping,
the
and they're just
window.
like,
Hoity toity toity toy. And then like pull off your hat, and it's like boom.
Exactly. And
Oh, so good. No,
so good. Those videos are
not this time.
Gold.
Nothing good this time. Actually, the only thing funny about this time, I guess, and the only way to make frustrating situations better, I suppose, is to make fun of them. Like, so this hospital was fantastic. Like the surgery center was great, right? It was attached to Patriots Place. So it's like I went to the Brigham and Women's, day surgery place that's right, literally attached to Foxborough Stadium.
Okay.
Like you can see the back of, the stadium when you're walking into the place there. It's kind of trippy. And so it's like brand new facility, really, really nice. Everything runs there like freaking clockwork, on time, ahead of schedule, even like no waiting anywhere. Like they knew where everybody was, and everyone was just boom, 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 boom. Like it felt like a well-oiled machine. And so Jack comes. So Jill's kind of wondering, like, they're probably going to call soon, this and that. And so Jack kind of comes up while Jill's grabbing something downstairs, just to kind of like check on timing, kind of thing, And for some reason, some nurse got it into her head that Jack must be there to pick me up.
Oh.
So they basically bring him back as if he's like my pickup. When Jill's listed as my pickup, Jack is 12. And so like there I am getting loaded into a wheel. She's like, okay, well, we're gonna get y'all situated. There's Jack just standing there, like, well, I just kind of came to check on you. And like next thing you know, like boom, wheelchair. They like get me in a wheelchair and start walking down with the nurse and Jack to go like, she's like, okay, is she pulling around with the car? And Jack's like, I don't know. Like, I think so. And he's like calling her and she's like, what do you mean they released him to you? You're on your way down. He's done. He's awake. What are you even talking about? Like they didn't call. It all kind of just, it was like this weirdest thing ever where Jack was kind of all of a sudden was just like, oh, okay. And he was just, they're like, here you go. Here's your dad.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So anyway, so that kind of caught everybody a little off guard. And I felt like they probably let me out into general population in the world probably about 2 hours too soon, because I don't remember much about that like first initial hour in the car. Like I don't remember at all. I don't remember anything about getting home. Like I remember a bit about getting out in the way home, but like getting home yesterday, I don't remember any of it. Like it's just gone.
Your mom said when you got your tonsils out around age 9, you woke up and hollered, "Mom, I can't see." And she said, "Open your eyes." And that worked.
Yeah, I did. I was like looking around and I remember it was actually the nurse had to get my mom, I think. They're like, he's freaking out that he can't see. And she's like, well, did you tell him to open his eyes? And they're like, well, we kind of figured that was obvious. And she's like, let me go back. She's like, just open your eyes. And I was like, oh, thanks, Mom.
Oh,
and like,
my gosh.
I just remember that actually being like not being able to even figure out how to do it. And then like she was the voice of reason that was like, open them, stupid.
No, that makes sense. And shout out to Brewer. He is on the road. I believe the road is to Pittsburgh for Worlds this weekend. So shout out to anybody going to Worlds. Go have fun. Go network. Go compete. If you do compete, good luck. All out for charity. And if you remember, Nick, we were able to meet Mr. Michael Brewer at Nationals when we both went there.
I do remember.
Yep. So that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see the pictures and hear about all of it. Quick random question, then we'll get into some Christmas discussion. Ryan would like to know your thoughts on the F1 movie.
So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to. We were actually gonna go see it Sunday, but it ended up being nice out, and we didn't want to waste a nice day outside by going to see a movie. So I'm definitely on it though. I honestly don't know a whole lot about it except for the fact that it's so visually cool. Every movie theater in the whole entire area has stopped showing any other movie on IMAX or any other, whatever digital screen, like X Plus is like the big one, whatever it is, like whatever big, huge screen at the theater. Like I guarantee you F1 has double show times on that screen right now and no other movies being shown on that screen.
I didn't even know there was an F1 movie out.
So it's about Formula One racing. Brad Pitt's the driver, and it's an Apple TV movie. So it was filmed. So it's an Apple TV movie going straight to theater, but it was filmed using some crazy technology that like is made basically for like super large format digital screens.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really, really cool from a visual and audio standpoint. So I'm pumped to go see it. I don't know much about it. You could tell me something about it that's terrible. Like, what are your thoughts on F1? Kind of makes me feel like there's like some big controversy out there about it that I don't know about, but it looks cool.
Interesting. And you're a car guy, so you'll appreciate some of those aspects.
Yeah. Although being a car guy doesn't really give you an intrinsic interest in Formula One cars because they're just they're not cars at this point. Those are like, you know what they are is like, they're like, it's almost like you took driving simulator and made it into like a mech suit. You know what I mean? It's like it's not even like, they're not even like cars anymore.
Okay. And I had another question that I forgot to ask, but back to anesthesia. Now, this is true. This is not a wives' tale that oftentimes redheads are not reactive to certain types of anesthesia, or they react poorly to them, or it just doesn't, like I said, just doesn't work. Do you? And then I don't know if you're even considered a redhead, right? You got a little bit of rustic in there, but Nate too. Has that ever been an issue for you, or anything that has come up?
Yeah. Well, so like anesthesia, no, but like Novocaine, yes. Novocaine doesn't. It could be because like I'm so tuned in to like being scared of oral pain that maybe I just notice things more. But I've always found that they've had to give me like up to the point where they're like, I can't give you more Novocaine. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I feel like it doesn't have a great effect. But no, I think I'm actually like an anesthesia lightweight. Like I've never even made it to the point where they're like giving you more. Like I've never woken up. Like I've never, none of that stuff. Like even this time was hilarious. Like I remember getting into when they were first getting me prepped, and they were talking about the anesthesia, like we're gonna give you a local block and they do this and give you something to make you sleepy. And I was like, whoa, I thought this was like full on general anesthesia, out all the way. And he's like, well, kind of. He's like, people would call this general anesthesia because that's, you go to sleep. He's like, but it's not like you're awake and you can like watch what we're doing. He's like, that can't happen. He's like, but unless it's like your torso, your heart, your spine, your brain, things like that. He's like, we typically here don't do general anesthesia. If it's on an extremity, we give you a localized nerve blocker and then we put you to sleep and let you breathe on your own. Or like you have asthma, so we especially don't want to breathe for you. We'd rather you're doing that on your own. And so I was kind of concerned about that. Like I was like, I don't want to like be aware of anything going on really.
Yeah.
And so I get wheeled all the way down the hall and like they open the doors to the OR and there's the full on operating room, like big old light in the middle of the room and like everyone's standing around. And I'm like, hey guys, like this is not what I pictured. And then there was one of the guys in the room asked the nurse wheeling me in, like, is everything okay? What's wrong? Because he saw that I was like looking up saying something. And he's like, oh, he was worried that he's not going to be all the way asleep. And the guy in the room literally looks over at me. He's like, well, it's a pretty quick procedure. You better hurry up and go to sleep. You might miss it.
What?
And then the next thing I remember is like someone washing my arm. And then the next thing I remember is being asked if I wanted graham crackers.
Oh wow.
So it
So you
was
went
like,
out.
oh yeah, just out like a light. It was just funny what the guy said though. Well, you better hurry up and fall asleep. You might miss it.
Jeez. It works.
It was just like they know what state people are in at that point. They know
Right.
you're about to just
Right. They've done it so often. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Big Red, which it's in his name, Red, he said they had to give me the max dose of Novocaine and still didn't work.
Dude, yeah. You know what? I wonder too. You have full on red beard, so it's like there might be something. I wonder if there's something specific to Novocaine that's different for people with red beards, because you got to figure if you have red all over, it's like maybe that's like the anesthesia issues. Imagine if you just have red beard, maybe that only affects your mouth.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Right. Just that's where it's at. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, weird.
Huh. And yeah, it appears there's something with redheads and some of the medications. So you guys, I don't know if you know this, but you are classified as a mutant. Like that's actually real. You have a mutation of the what is the gene? The M.
I forget the name of it.
MR, whatever. It's the red. Let me look this up.
Yeah, the full on red ginger has that one.
MC1R, yes.
MC1R.
Yep. And you're a mutant. That's what it's considered. Your gene's mutated. So I think maybe you're like a step above us, mere mortals. You know?
Yeah, Nick is strawberry blonde. Yeah, so I have like brown hair. Like when I was older and I had hair, like it wasn't even strawberry blonde anymore. It was just like brown. And like arm hair brown, leg hair brown, chest back hair black, under part of my beard is black, but like the top portion of my beard you can see is the only red hair in my body.
Interesting. And the genes I have a video fully ready to go. It's just way too sciencey. I haven't found a way to make it digestible yet, but about how your genes come for your beard is totally different than the rest of your body. That's why you'll see some people where it's like jet black hair, red beard, and just totally different.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then Nate, I don't know the validity of this or not, but there is a like social media trend where essentially they're taking redheads and there's some study, something pointed back to redheads being descendants from Africa. I'm sure we could get just about any group we could tie back there.
I knew it.
But essentially the African American, the black community online have essentially said like, hey, redheads, you're one of us now. And so it's like all the redhead dudes that are like, finally, like my day is here. And like, it's just been this like trend again. I don't know how valid it is.
Hilarious.
The trend has been hilarious and amazing. Like being at a cookout, then like the redhead gets up and starts dancing in front of everybody and they go crazy and just like the best vibes ever. It's been really funny.
That is really funny.
Jill says, "Oh goodness, yeah, it's a whole vibe. It's fun. It's fun. I am a little bit jealous. I'm not redheaded because of that. Because I would use that to the max.
I'm so waiting for Kill Tony to get a hold of this now. Like, what happens next time when William Montgomery comes out after Tony gets a hold of that information?
Has to.
Oh, if William Montgomery doesn't come out next week with like something on that, I'm going to be severely disappointed.
I've been working from like early this morning till straight now, so I haven't even had a chance to start Kill Tony yet, which is rare because normally it's like I do it while I'm working. But I was in like so there's a lot of work that I do that I can have lo-fi music or even Kill Tony where I don't need to super focus, but I can have it playing. But you ever have like work time where you'll do the same tasks, but that day your brain just doesn't vibe with those other outside noises and distractions?
Oh, 100%.
Normally I can, but today I was just like, zoom, and nothing else was there. I was just getting work done. I created 10 different draft posts and graphics and stuff. I was just going. I don't know. I fell into a groove and it was like nothing stopping me.
So I definitely get in, like, my flow state is a quiet one. My flow state has no sounds. It sounds like clicking and typing or scratching on paper.
That is what they're calling the hashtag, just a day walker.
Just a day walker. That's amazing. Thanks, Cartman. Yeah, Cartman really did do a number on the ginger community.
Big time.
Yeah, like the daywalker thing. I mean, it started, and
Oh,
then
that's
just
funny.
there it went.
That is so funny. Oh my
Holy
gosh.
crap. We have to get I got a buddy of mine who we might have to get on the stream because of that topic. That's going to be
That would be
funny.
great. I'm in. Sign me up. All right. And then our final comment I have starred is from Ryan. We need to explore this and unpack it because he said, ordered both of the seasonal scents, guys. Well, as many of you saw with the title of this stream or the pin in the chat or the new reel up on the Dr. Nick's Instagram page, it is July 1st. We are past halfway through 2025, which is, we don't have enough time to talk about how absurd that is. We
That's
are
insane.
more than halfway through the year, Nick.
Just
Halfway.
stop it.
It was just New Year's.
Continue what you were. Yep.
We can't. All right. I'm back. Okay. Since it is July 1st,
Woo!
this company has launched Christmas in July for the third or fourth year in a row now. I believe.
Yeah, got to be.
Yeah,
Be
3 or 4 years in a row. Essentially, you guys, there are 2 scents that are Christmas scents that are just overwhelmingly popular, but they do want to stay true to the Christmas theme. So twice a year works because Christmas in July was not made up by Nick or Jill or Dr. Nick's. It is a thing. And so available right now, you can get Yule Tree or peppermint bark in beard oil. Show you guys over here. And then also Yule Tree is available in body wash, beard wash, and beard conditioner. So these bad boys are ready to go right now. Nick, do you want to break down the scent profile? And if anybody's experienced these in the chat, please give your take on it. Is it a favorite? Is it not for you? What does it smell like to you? Let's start off with Jill's baby, especially over the last year. Peppermint bark. What is the rundown for what peppermint bark smells like? And again, guys, all of these, just like anything from Dr. Nick's, all natural, essential oils. The smells come from the actual source, not any kind of fragrance oil. So, Nick, what's the smell for peppermint bark?
So, I mean, peppermint and cocoa. I mean, it's the smell you get from peppermint bark is literally peppermint stick hot cocoa, right? Because it's a natural cacao, but it doesn't, so although yes, it is a natural, right? Everything's essential oils, like you said. You don't get the astringent dark chocolate smell out of this that you get out of normal, and you also don't get the fake candy chocolate scent that you get out of other air freshener kind of. There's a lot of like, if you think about what like a Yankee candle would smell like for chocolate, like that kind of really artificial chocolate smell, that's what the fragrance oils for chocolate tend to give you. This one is very much on the gourmand side of kind of chocolate, right? It smells like milk, chocolate, and peppermint. Like, it's like when you heat this up with an Aberlight in your beard, the whole floor of the house that you're on is going to smell like peppermint brownies. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it comes to life.
It does. Like, if you're hungry, like if you're into intermittent fasting, this is probably going to be a bedtime oil for you. Like, I don't like, this wakes my palate up so much when I smell it that I can't use this in the morning if I'm intermittent fasting. Like, it will get my stomach acids going like crazy smelling this first thing in the morning. But it's, I mean, it's relaxing. It's calming because the vanilla, the chocolate, cocoa, it's all things that are calming for your skin, calming for your brain. And so that's like the scent side of it. But you got to think about, these smell like they do because they're actual plant essences, right?
Yeah.
And so there is very much the apothecary benefit of the essential oils that are in this blend that really should not be overlooked. Like, that to me is one of the huge benefits. Cacao is insanely good for your skin, right? It's a great antioxidant. It converts really well into other super beneficial alpha acids on your skin. Peppermint is super calming, right? It's going to bring down inflammation, bring down redness in your skin and itchiness. And vanilla kind of rounds it out, again, having some of the same skin impacts with the added benefit of helping the elasticity of your skin, right? So talk about being a good hair and skin co-pilot. I think this scent really has a lot going for it beyond just like the way it smells, because it's very few ingredients, but they all all three of the corners of this triangle it forms here pack a pretty good punch.
Yeah, no doubt. And Jill adds on and says the chocolate is so good for acne prone skin or problematic skin because it's such an antioxidant.
Yeah, it's huge. And that's, I think again, it's a gigantic part of our product line that's overlooked, right? Because it's, you look at the beard market, the addressable market that you have, then the people that care about it being all natural or not, then the small corner of those people that care about or are aware that essential oils do anything but smell good,
right,
is such a small market. If we spent all our time trying to captivate that, I think we'd be pushing a really small rock up a really steep hill.
Yes.
Right. And so it's one of those things where it is going to get overlooked, but let's talk about it whenever we can. Right. I mean, this is one of those apothecary superhero oils. Cause I mean, it's, you have our carrier in there, which is normally going to just have the things for your skin anyhow for problematic skin between the, Barrage and Marula. Right. But then you look at adding things like cacao and vanilla and peppermint on top of those already nutrient rich kind of, base oils. It's a powerhouse of a beard oil.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I mean, but back to what most people actually care about, it smells so damn good.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. And the reason we don't make it into shower products is it's too damn expensive. So just so you guys know, we would make this into shower products, but full candid about it, we would have to make it more than a variant, right? Because it would be a different price. Like if we modeled it out, and we would damn near have to double the price of the shower products that it's in based on the quantities that you'd have to add it into it. So it doesn't make sense because of the concentrations you need with the scent profile that it carries. But that's just get it where you can get it, which in an oil is the only place.
There you go. And Jill says, and the vanilla in it is unlike anything you will find out there. And guys, this is why I love this show. You're talking directly to the two owners that make these products. You're talking to Jill, who's creating the scent profiles, that's blending the oils. Like, think about companies that do stuff in a great way, how often you're able to connect. I mean, we've made somewhat of a common aspect in the beard world. Outside of this, you just don't see this anywhere at all. And it's so dang cool. So thank you, Jill, for this. And she says, it's not vanilla extract. It's pure vanilla bean resin, the most expensive product we use drop for drop.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Like if we had, for the amount, for example, it would take for like a gallon of this stuff, we could probably take everyone in this live stream on vacation.
Whoa.
Like when she says it's insanely expensive, it is insanely expensive. And it is unlike anything you'll find out there, down to the point where vanilla is so valuable, right? And it's so expensive right now that it is getting lab tested in a bunch of places to help counterfeit. There's a whole black market of people counterfeiting it. And the main compound in vanilla is vanillin.
Vanillin, yep.
Real creative vanilla.
Right.
Good job, science. You real tasty with that one. But anyway, they if you're going to claim at any volume that you have a level of it, you now have to say the percentage of vanillin that's in your vanilla that you're selling. And this is so high that they've actually had to publish their lab work for these on their site for this one, because it's just so crazy high.
That's amazing. Amazing. Dennis said that's going to be what he's going to order next.
Yeah, it's a winner.
All right. And then to set the stage before I reveal it, Mr. Moose says, if you don't like Yule Tree, you're the human personification of the Grinch, and you cannot convince me otherwise. It is far and away the greatest seasonal scent ever made.
I mean, Moose, thank you for that. And you're right. I mean, basically, there's something, if you don't like Yule Tree, there's something wrong with you at a human level that we can't fix. And that's just the way it is. Like, and I'm sorry, like we say satisfaction guarantee, like we'll give you your money back, but I can't promise you'll ever be satisfied with anything in life if you don't like Yule Tree.
That's so true. Right.
It's just the way it is. Like, I'll give you your satisfaction guarantee, but I'm just full transparency. I'm not making you happy, because that would be impossible because you didn't like Yule Tree.
Yep. So hit them with the Yule Tree, the essence, the essential oils. What does it smell like and what's in it, Mr. Nick?
So full transparency, when Yule Tree is out, it's the only oil I use. I love it. Anytime it's out, it's all I use. And it's so, I mean, I guess full transparency. It is the only scent of the product that it's in that I use while it's out, and I have it. So beard wash, beard conditioner, body wash, beard oil will all be Yule Tree for me by the time Jill gets home today. And it'll be like that until it's out of stock. Because it's just my favorite. It's 5 different kinds of evergreens, along with a couple of secret ingredients, and it's botanical on top of all the different layers of evergreen that you get. I mean, and so another thing to note is, again, it's not an air freshener. It's not a Yankee Candle. It's not Glade. It's not an air freshener for your car that's shaped like a Christmas tree.
It's not the fake Christmas tree spray
that
people spray. And I absolutely did that. I'm telling you, killed my enjoyment of pine smells for years. And this is not made up until Yule Tree dropped. And even Sam hated pine. We both hated.
You guys
pine.
didn't even want me to send it to you.
No,
you were
said, don't send it.
You're like, no, you literally, the first year that you were like, you were working with us, you're like, yeah, okay, well, that's fine. Like, I don't do those, but yeah. And I was like, you do this one. And you're like, no, dude, honestly, I don't. And I'm like, okay, I won't send it. And I did. And then like a week later, you're like, okay, take it all back.
Yeah, give me more.
You're like, you didn't say it was like this.
Right. I hated pine, and Sam hated pine. And I really believe it's because we both grew up in households with the fake Christmas tree, and our parents sprayed and put the little reeds in there, and it was just overwhelmingly fake and just overwhelmingly like burned my nostrils. Hated it. And then you told me, you just need to try this. Just warm it up. Just try it. And it was like,
heart grew 3 sizes that day.
It felt like a forest. It felt like an actual, like Jill said here, like you plucked a tree from the lot. You can smell the dirt, tie the rope down, the juniper berries, all of it. And it really is exactly like Toll Booth Willie. It's like walking through a forest with a breeze. Yes. Yeah. All of that.
All of this. Like all of it, down to the point where like you probably like have some pine needles on your flannel. Like it's going to be like the things that I don't know. But now, okay. Now I will say, I'm so glad we did Christmas in July, because last year I noticed when I was taking a shower and I had like the window open, it was morning, it was like 70 something degrees out already, and it was humid. There I was, Yule Tree body wash, right? And I'm like, well, this is going to be weird. Then I threw it in the shower, and I got out of the shower, and the whole bathroom smells like, Yule Tree, and the wind's going by, and it was like a whole different experience. All of a sudden, it was like a warm summer night where like the trees in the woods get sappy. Like, when you're camping and like the sun's getting ready to go down, but it's been really hot all day.
Yep.
And there's pine needles on the ground, and the sun is hitting all the sap in the pine trees, and like you get that little breeze, and like it's like the warm sap smell. It's because at Christmas time you have the cold sap smell, and I think that's when you smell all the pine needles, which is right. I get that side of the Yule Tree. But since Yule Tree is an essential oil, it does have that sappy, resiny smell to it. So I feel like in the summertime, when your brain's thinking warm and humid, you actually pick up on like the molassesy, almost like sweet, sappy side of the pine more than you get like the sharp, pine needle-y scent.
Yeah.
It's different. It changes when it's warm out, I guess is what I'm saying. Like the experience with Yule Tree in the summer is markedly different than the experience with it in the winter. And I think it's equally cool because it's unique.
And you just painted a good picture where G Squared told you to stop because he needs to go camping now.
Dude, yeah, I'm like getting it. I'm picturing it. Like I'm picturing wet feet. Like I'm smelling wet ashes in the morning from the fire pit. Like, yeah.
Yep. And Moose says, if you don't like Yule Tree, you need to stop paying for beard oil and pay for therapy.
Damn right. That's it. We only send out review emails for Yule Tree for profiling purposes. And if you give it anything less than 5 stars, we actually send a wellness check to your house. Just so you know. So
well, if you don't, there probably is childhood trauma like Sam and I had. Like we found the reason. And guys, this is not a story. I didn't tell Nick, do you remember that time I literally was like, don't send it to me. I don't like pine. And now it's one of my most used from this company.
Yep.
Yeah. And G squared, the best way to put it is it does. Yule Tree smells real. It
does.
just smells real. It's not like sugary and sweet. It's not potpourri. It's not a candle. It's not a spray. It's a real Christmas tree.
Like, you know, when like you're out to eat with someone and your buddy's like, hey, have you tried the blah, blah, blah? I've never had one before. And you're like, you haven't? Oh, you have to order it. You have to try it. And they're like, are you sure? Am I going to like it? And you're like, there's zero chance you won't. Do you eat food? You like food, right? Then yes, you're going to like it. Like that's how this is. It's like,
love that.
If you don't, just give up.
I'm going to bring up something, but for the guys in the chat, we're going to circle back to this in a second. If you've tried the growth oil, be prepared to give some feedback to Vaughn here. But Yule Tree is available in the shower products, you guys. It is available in the 3 that you see at the top of the screen. And if you notice, the products are laid out very easily for you guys. If you go to the beard oil section, the holiday ones are right at the top. And then if you go to the shower products, the Yule Tree is available in beard wash. You just need this selection here. It is available in beard conditioner. Just click that selection on the screen. And then my favorite, it is also available in the body wash.
Heck
Goodness gracious, is it an amazing body wash.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
it's a winner in the body wash.
Available for you. Just keep that in mind. To the fellas out there, you just click it, and that would be your selection. It's actually right on the screen right there. And that's my favorite label out of all the labels too.
Oh, you know what? It's my favorite too. And it was so funny designing that one. You know, I did it originally for the oil, and then when we were doing our new labels for the shower products, and I put this one together, I was like, oh my God, this is my favorite label I've ever created for any of the products we actually have. It like,
yep.
The little, I liked the little additions with the hat and stuff like that on the skull and things. I like that from the oil. Yep. But then for some reason, like that ghosted out tree in the back with the snow and like, it just looks classy. I really like it.
The body wash font fitting perfectly within that, just kind of like it was meant to be in the tree. Yeah.
It really is a satisfying label. Like if I could only feel that good about all the labels I've designed, I'd be feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Moose says the saying in my house goes, Yule Tree, I'll put that on everything.
Oh yeah.
All right, Frank. Yule Tree in a diffuser. This is so funny, Julie.
Stop it, Mom. I'm working on it. No, Julie, you can't put the beard oil in a diffuser. You got to put. We're on it.
Julie, I started creating a version 2 checklist for Nick of all the things that were like, we got to do this, so I can get it into like a full compact list for him. This was one of them. I need these diffuser reeds. I need them. Yule Tree and a diffuser.
We have so many samples of them too. And the challenge, like always, is just figure analysis paralysis. I think kicked in maybe a little bit with this one. Yeah. I was Phelpsing it maybe a little too much on this one.
Yeah, we just need them. Like I want my bathroom to smell like Yule Tree, not just when I get ready. I want it when I go to walk in
all the time.
Evening. Yeah. Like I really do. And imagine how impressive that would be to have your guest bathroom smell like that when you have guests come over.
Oh, so good.
That's cool.
And they're like, what's that smell? Well, let me tell you.
Yep. That's and Jason said had to pick up some herbs. That's why I missed most of the show. We got you. You gotta herb it out when you need to. Understood.
Hey man, live that anti-inflammatory lifestyle. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. I love that. Okay, and then got it. It's so fun watching. It was so fun watching Nick make it. That seems like a really cool process.
Oh,
really
the cool labels?
Yeah.
That was a fun. It was a super fun one. Like everything down to that label too. Like that tree actually, it was a postcard It's a postcard template of a tree that's a real tree that's there. It wasn't a vectored one. And I kind of vectored it out and I vectored out snow for the first time ever, which was kind of neat because I realized it was just a white line. And it was just kind of a neat, it was a fun process. Like you throw all those layers together. And when that one came together and the first time I put it on something, actually, that label had me stuck because it doesn't look right when it's flat on your screen. It only looks good when you wrap it around a circle bottle. Like that label looks like if you were looking at proofs, you'd be like, ooh, that one needs some work.
Like it's distorted almost.
No, it just makes zero sense. Like the lineup of the trees on the side doesn't look like it lines up. And like the way that it connects on the back is dependent on how it like abruptly stops on each side. So it just looks obtuse. Like if you looked at all of our labels laid out on a flat piece of printer paper from like a proofing standpoint, you would literally, your eye would grab that one and be like, well, that one's still in draft, right? Like that one's not going out like that, is it? Like that's not done.
Interesting.
But it's my favorite one.
Huh. Okay. All right. And then to answer the question here, I'm going to give some feedback and then get your take on it. Vaughn wants to know how the growth oil is. And so far, Leo says, I'm loving the growth oil. Maybe too soon to say results, but the color goes away in minutes. And this is a guy that has a white beard. And so that's really good feedback to hear. But Nick, what would be your take if someone just is asking straight up, how is your growth oil?
Yeah, it has. Well, what I would say is that we have not reinvented the wheel or done anything new with this growth oil. We're taking what's worked for lots of cultures of people for thousands of years and simply bottling it and doing it in an all natural way with a couple extra spins. I think, the barrage oil is something unique to this that hasn't really been used in combination with peppermint and rosemary. Peppermint and rosemary have been proven for hundreds, if not thousands of years to grow hair. Most people in other cultures would sneeze on minoxidil before using it over peppermint and rosemary essential oils. The places that do the Turkish hair plug surgeries over there overseas. Now, what do they send you home with? And what do they use in their hair clinics after they give you their fancy flights of people going over there? It's peppermint and rosemary. It's what the whole airplane smells like.
Yep.
So it's, that's been proven out, I think. And then the barrage literally just kicks it up and does it just a little different. Like we try to do most things. It converts to alpha acids and it actually converts to vitamin A on your skin as it converts. It's got tons of beta carotene in it, which is what makes it orange.
Yep.
Same thing that makes a carrot orange. So you think about that. It's and that's what stains your skin and your hair a little bit when you first put it on. But as Leo points out, it's suspended in oil. It's going to come right out. Purity oil. Sorry. What did I say? I forget. I said barrage again. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think I did. Purity oil is what has the beta carotene in it that gives it the orange color. Yep. And so that's the, and it's, I think, people love it because it works. And it, I would say, it's what you got to keep in mind is you have to be willing to do it, right? You got to be willing to make it part of your routine and use it because you're not going to really see anything for 3 to 6 months, right? I mean, it's a long road to see decent results from that.
Yep. Nope, it's true. And we've had tons and tons of feedback on this show from people. Walter said it saved his beard. People like Donald had great experience. Philip had unbelievable growth in his soul patch area. And so people have had these real results in areas that they've struggled. And these are grown men. It's not like they're teenagers and you're like, oh, they just waited and their beard got better. These were areas where they had very strong facial hair everywhere else, but these areas they thought possibly had dormant hair follicles. And then this made the difference for them.
Yeah. And Vaughn, cool. I mean, keep in mind, I very rarely say this, but go read the reviews. They speak for themselves on that one, right? Keep in mind, those reviews are 100% just based on the emails that go out asking people for feedback. And so, I mean, there's reviews on there about how, like Dan said, we've saved beards, that they wouldn't have a beard still if it wasn't for it. They wouldn't, there's a lot of interesting stories tied to that one. A lot of good reads.
Yeah. Yep. Tons of them. All right, guys. With that said, we wish we could stay, but our show is over. And the the Christmas in July is limited. There is a set amount, and once it is gone, it is gone. Not trying to do any FOMO at all, just genuinely letting you guys know, because the flood of messages once it's actually gone are, I wish I would have known. Why didn't you guys tell me? And so it's like you get put in between a rock and a hard place where it's like, if you say things, people are like, oh, FOMO, and you make a miss. But if you educate and let them know so they don't miss out, then they're like, then it's just, yeah, a whole other side of things. So
we try. We
yes,
do. We
just
try.
doing it the right way, you guys. So those are available right now: peppermint bark and beard oil, Yule tree and beard oil, beard wash, beard conditioner, and body wash. Check it out on the website. Other than that, guys, we should be back, I believe. I think we're normal next week too. Just crazy. Things have been kind of calm lately and scheduled. So we should be same time, same place next week. We'll see what new crazy adventures Nick got into, and what body parts will be, bandaged up or numb, or who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
So July 1st, Nick, for our friends here, second kickoff. Wow, Q3. Woo! Kickoff Q3, and let them know the final words.
Dude, I mean, that's yeah, that's it. Q3, let's go. We're on the back nine of 2025.
Crazy.
Kicking it off in a big way, which is insane. But yeah, next week is normal place, normal channel on the 8th. And hopefully I won't have this on anymore. And it'll be like 2 days until I get stitches out, I think. So
okay,
I should be feeling pretty good next week. Back to doing bench presses. So, I'm just kidding.
On the palm. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Dr. Zhang, my orthopedic surgeon. I am kidding. Do not cancel my insurance because I'm abusing my surgical sites.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, next week I will be feeling much better than I am today, I'm sure. But looking forward to giving you guys the update.
All right.